To officially recognize October 1st as National Energy Efficiency Day. Here, here. Aujourd'hui, j'ai le grand plaisir d'accueillir sur la colline des groupes formidables d'Honoré-Mercier. So David, you're turning 90, or you just turned 90. You turned 90. I'm 44. I'm soon going to be turning 45. I'm like half your age. I think you've got twice my energy.
No.
So I've got two young daughters, and they're 7 and 10. And I'm thinking, when I'm going to be 90, 2070, what do you think what do you hope the world will look like?
We are heading into rough waters. Your children are your investment into the future. Mm-hmm. And what kind of a world? You know, it used to be that every parent wanted to leave their children in a better situation than they had when they grew up. That is not true. You know that the world that you grew up in as a child is not here for your children. In January, the German physicists and meteorologists said all of our calculations on climate change were wrong. Mm-hmm. The oceans were absorbing much of the warming so that it didn't look like the rate was very slow of warming in the atmosphere. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But now they're filled up, and in fact they're seeing an acceleration of the warming, mm-hmm. so that by 2050 they say we'll be at least at 3 degrees mm-hmm. above pre-industrial levels. And as you know, the IPCC said don't let temperature rise above 1.5.
Right.
That was beyond that is chaos, and we're there.
Tell me a little bit about the work you're doing now. So you did a lot of work around policy, but now you're focusing a bit on communities.
Well, it's because all of the time I've been involved, people have been saying you can't say that, you can't tell the truth, you can't. People will lose heart. They'll be they'll give up. So I've always pulled back my punches. We always said, don't talk about adaptation. That means that climate change has kicked in. We're trying to mitigation.
Yeah.
Well, now the evidence is in. It's here. We have passed tipping points, and we're on our way to a much higher temperature than we ever imagined. Mm-hmm. And so what do? Get your act together. Mm-hmm. You got to be prepared for it. It's going to hit you.
So a huge focus on communities adapting to climate change.
Yes, and I believe it's going to be a joyful process, because Tara and I have lived in the same house now for over 50 years. Mm-hmm. So in that one block section where we live, I have over 50 years got to know maybe 5 people by first name. Mm-hmm. And I got to know them because we had a dog. I had to walk back and forth twice a day, but now our dog's gone. But we're all hunkered down in our houses. Mm-hmm. And I believe it will be joyful to find out who are our neighbors on this block.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're a nurse. That's great. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, you have a generator. We're going to need that. We're inviting these people to say, you're all part of what we need to make this community resilient. But let's work together. Yeah. And people within the same community are going, oh, wow, I didn't know there was someone working on this. Oh, wow, we can get seeds from you over there. And they're finding out who the people are. Mm-hmm. And we will hope they will see that they're working together for resilience, for adaptability of our community.
Very inspiring message to Canadians.
And you as a politician, mm-hmm. you can see that in your constituents.
Absolutely.
The need for that.
And we're on the ground today. We had 60 constituents come to
I heard
Ottawa, and we hear directly. And we got a lot of floodings in Anjou and floodings in Rivière-des-Prairies and basement units that can't get rented out. So we're seeing the impact right now, and hot summers as well, and elderly. What are you most proud of in like the decades of climate advocacy and environmentalism? Like a few examples where you're like really proud.
Well, I know I'm embarrassed to say that my life has been a total failure. Mm. And it's not because I'm so important or anything, but the environmental community has failed. I began my career in television in 1962, still black and white back then and all on film. Mm. But all I wanted in 1962 was to say, take science seriously.
Yeah.
Science tells us that we are trashing the planet and we are part of the environment. We've got to take care of the environment because our futures are at stake. But what, you know, and the reason Greta Thunberg was so powerful in her message was she said, I'm a child, but we were taught, take science seriously. Right. And she said, I take science seriously. I've read the science. And the science says, if we keep going this way, I don't have a future. What a powerful message that was. You couldn't accuse Greta of having any alternative reason for saying this. She didn't have a hidden agenda. She was telling you as a child, the science tells us my future is toast. And you as a father, if you take the science seriously, you know your child, your children are in for deep, deep trouble. And you know, when I met Greta the first time, the first thing I said to her was, I am so sorry. I am sorry that you are doing this. This shouldn't be your job.
Right. Yeah.
As a child, your job is to leave the nest and meet new people, get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, fall in love, have your heart broken, go out and explore the ideas that humans have had. That's your job.
Yeah.
Protecting a future for you, that was mom and dad's job. And grandma and grandpa's. They've got to be the warriors out there. But then of course, I thanked her because as a child, her message was so powerful. But it shouldn't be what children are doing. It's our jobs, Daddy, it's our jobs. And we know now the science is telling us we're in for deep trouble.
Well, David, one good thing you've done in the last decade is you've influenced me. So I've been inspired, but it doesn't count for much. But you've inspired a lot of people.
And I thank you for that, for taking my message seriously. But you know, in all the battles I've had with the conservatives, with Danielle Smith, with Stephen Harper, they never meet me and say climate change. Let's look at the science.
Yeah.
And when we look at the science, then it's always, you're nothing but a goddamn foreign funded radical. You guys are, you know, you're trying to destroy the economy. Yeah. You know, Danielle Smith would never meet me.
Heard those messages before,
And this is the challenge I face is we never meet together to talk about the important things where we agree. The problem is that we all have our own agendas and we never come to agreement. And so I think at the community, that's where we're going to get agreement and people are going to act together. And that will percolate up.
Thank you so much, David. I know we have an event to go to. A lot of members of Parliament, senators are really excited to meet you, but just want to thank you for spending this time with me.
Thank you for having me.
And just the amazing work you've done. You've personally inspired me, my children, my wife, and a lot of people I know. So thank you for the advocacy you've done.
Okay.
And appreciate you being here in Ottawa today.